So my friend recently called me and asked me,
Hey D, how's everything in the UK? Good time to come in?
This made me think that many of you would have the same question, so I decided I would make a video about it. So let's get right into it. I need to start off by talking about the current situation. So as of now, when I'm recording this video, the coronavirus has hit 213 countries and territories and hit pretty hard, especially in top 5 student destinations. About 20 million cases has been tested positive around the world, and I want to mention all the 735,000 people who have lost their life fighting against this virus, and also say condolence to all the family members who lost their loved ones, and also wishing a quick recovery to all the people who are still recovering from it. So now let's talk about what universities are doing in order to bring the students back in. There's been strict social distance measures in everywhere around university. So if you go in libraries or social spaces or any university buildings or toilets, and everywhere there's going to be social distancing measures in place. More sanitising facilities and masks would be available throughout the entire buildings in every corner of the university to reduce the spread of the virus. They also keep tracking of the demographic profile, so wherever you go or whatever new things you do, your phone number and your name will be taken. So if in case a case has been tested positive in the place where you have been, they can easily track you down and ask you to stay in quarantine. They're also trying to reopen all their buildings, libraries, labs, as much as they can, as per the government guidelines. All this said, my view is that if you're starting new as an university or college, it's not worth attending this year. That said, I have nothing against university. I'm a third year student. What I'm going to talk now is important and you need to listen carefully. I came to see across many articles and video ads from universities telling us how this is going to be the best year to start a university because we're going to fight against this together. There's been lots of campaigns going on as well. To be honest, which I found really positive, and especially at this time, we need to be filled with positivity. But I also want you to understand the reality of what you can expect and analyze both of them and make a decision for yourself, because at the end, all it matters is the decision that you make. Now I'll tell you 5 points why I think it's not worth starting a university or college this year. The risk of getting or transmitting the disease, I know it's a general point, but surviving in 2020 healthy is a great achievement. A recent BBC post tells us 3 scenarios how the pandemic will come to an end, and only one of them seems feasible, which is the vaccine. No matter how much we are in lockdown or maintain the social distancing, there's always the possibility there can be a new case found or a spike in certain areas. So in order for us to be completely free from the virus, the only way is to get the vaccine across the world to everyone and to get everyone immune to the virus, and it does take time. Many universities started to approach to continue their academic slightly different than normal. A recent BBC article post shows us how countries' top universities are going to conduct their academic for this year. For example, if you look at Cambridge lectures, they will be held online for the entire year. And if you look at Manchester, Reading and Queen's Belfast, they'll have online lectures for the autumn term. And that's just to name a few. So as you now know, each of the university has different approaches, but the general term here is blended approach, which generally means many of your courses or many of your classes are going to be online at least till half of the year. And that said, you still pay the same fees. Recently, a student started a petition to the parliament to reimburse this year's tuition fees, as universities are now online due to COVID-19, with only PowerPoints online for learning materials, which is not worthy up to £9,250. and for international students it is almost double at least. Why the students are signing the petition for is understandable, because many of us pay a huge amount of money to universities just to get the exposure, and fingers crossed, if a second wave or lockdown is to come in, many of the classes or the entire classes are going to be conducted online, and that means you're not getting the exposure that you wanted for the money that you pay for. This is something that everyone is looking forward to it if you're a new starter to university or college. Now, missing out on freshers means missing out on something huge, because this is a time when everyone is new, everything is new to everyone. It's like the saying, everyone is on the same boat. It's time to know about the city and to get adapted in easily and quickly as you can. Also, I think this is the best time to make friends. So sadly, it's pretty clear that this won't be happening this year. Students in the UK get a maintenance loan to cover their living expenses, and they get it on top of their student loan. So many of the students prefer to live on their own, do part-time work and cover their expenses. And for international students, it is a must, just like me. With the current situation, people losing job, it will not be easy to get a part-time job to cover your expenses. Again, fingers crossed, if a second wave or lockdown is to come in, it will really affect you financially if you plan on to live on the part-time wage. This is interesting because I've heard mostly about mental health issues when you stay at home, but it is also important to mention the academic, financial and social challenges that comes within when you start as new in a university or college. Especially in uncertain times like this has a huge impact. Also, please let me know in the comments if you want me to do a video on how to cope up with coronavirus in university. I would be happy to do it if it helps anyone. So now you ask me, so if I'm not starting a college or university this year, what else can I do? Honestly, I would suggest you to take a gap year, invest in yourself. Use this as an opportunity to actually rethink and start doing the things that you always wanted to do. I'll talk about what you can do in a gap year in a different video. The other thing that you can do is check with the university if they offer any other intakes. Many of the universities in the UK offer January, March, April, May, June, July intakes for different courses. So just talk with them and see if you can get into a different intakes, and hopefully by that time the situation will be much better. Finally, I would say take an online class. It could save you some money rather than paying huge amount of money for potentially the same experience that you get for paying the money for university. So there you go. I hope this was helpful to you, and if you find this helpful, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment and share, because that will really help me to start here, because I got some amazing contents on top of my head that I want to share with you guys. So for now, thank you and see you soon. Bye.